Happy Monday, everybody.
Yes.
To another episode of Access Granted. Mr. Antoine is in the building and my lovely sister. How are you, dear?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome back.
To everybody, yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Where do I start?
You can only start from the beginning. So much has happened.
Yeah, and
You-
that's
and it's
exactly where I
sad.
was about to start. But
Mhm.
hold on 1 second, because my son's about to come and give me. Because of the Wi-Fi incident, I didn't have anything connected because I was going to go strictly off the hotspot, and I wasn't going to have anything but this one laptop connected. I usually have
Right.
two laptops and an iPad going during the show, so hopefully. But yeah, I mean, we would be remiss if we didn't start with the obvious, and that was, of course, the unfortunate incident in Buffalo.
It's getting crazy, and it's
beyond crazy. We can't even use the word "getting" about anything these days. We can't, like, it's beyond
and
that.
it's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really sad. And I made the mistake of watching the video.
Oh my gracious.
And right after I watched the video, I wish I didn't watch the video.
Yeah. Because I couldn't. It just I just heard someone scream and I just had to cut it off.
I didn't intend to watch it, but my son my son brought it and was like, and like the sad part was, of course, right from the beginning, the people in the parking lot, they had no chance.
Right.
And once he got in the store and he started shooting and everything, he ran out of ammunition and he went to change clips. And as he changed the clip, he walked around the side of a counter or something, and it was a white guy there that screamed. And he was like, "Oh, sorry," and walked away and went back around.
Are you serious?
I was like, yo, you gotta be. And
I think also, I think what's going to occur now, because one of the things that I think people are going to recognize, in which they probably, they've already probably are saying this, is how was it that he was calmly taking out? Calmly. Like, how do you do that? How is that okay?
We saw the one guy, running through the riots with a rifle and was, and shot, I think, 2 people and was allowed to, calmly walk away. I mean, we've seen a young white guy go into a church and shoot up everybody.
Everyone.
And, be taken away and stop to get something to eat on the way to the police station.
Right. So I'm gonna get a chicken box on my way.
And I hate to keep saying that there's nothing that surprises me. And we're gonna end this here because our guest just popped in, and I want to make sure that we give him proper time. But every time I feel like I've seen it all, something else comes, something else occurs out of the blue, and it's like, damn! Just when I thought I've seen it all, the fact that he doesn't feels however he feels about Black people is one thing. We know that in 2022, as much as we try to hide it, or as much as they try to hide it and act like it's not there, we know
they don't hide it anymore. I don't.
Thanks to the orange guy that was in the White House for 4 years, they just came and they took the hoods off and just came straight at you. But the fact that he live streamed that as he was doing it, And now, unfortunately, there's going to be video circulating, for the rest of,
Yes.
those families' lives that they actually have the opportunity to go back and, recant.
Right.
I can't imagine. And like I said, when the people in the parking lot had no chance, unfortunately. But to see him reload that clip and the white guy start yelling and he say, "Oh, sorry," and then just leave him there and just go walk around and start shooting other black people, like that's. And the real sad part about it is, he pled not guilty.
Oh yes, I saw that.
You can already see the insanity plea and all of that stuff with the mental health and all of that stuff.
Right.
It's already starting to evolve, and whatever punishment he receives is probably going to be, minimal, at best, unfortunately.
Right.
It's just a sad situation. So
yeah.
again,
So just thoughts and prayers with the families.
That's thoughts
and prayers with the families.
I can't imagine. My son and I, we were talking about it, today, and it was like, yo, what do you do? And until you're in that situation, you have no idea. Know. I feel like if I was tucked away somewhere and I had gotten like a split second, maybe like when he was changing the clip, I might have went for broke just because I feel like I'm gonna die anyway. So why not try to go ahead and take him down when you have a split second? And until you're in that situation, and of course we got a lot of superheroes that say, "Well, if that was me,
right.
You don't know what you would do in that situation.
Right.
I promise you don't. The toughest guys that I know may freeze up in that situation, but like I said, I feel like if I was there and I just gotten a second to like sneak up or throw a can of corn or something at him, you know what I mean? I'd have tried to disrupt the situation, because at the end of the day, I'd have felt like I was going to die regardless. So why not try to go out, with a fight? But But anyway,
so prayers and thoughts. Prayers and thoughts.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell this guy a story when we bring him on. I had a chance to briefly meet him, and he probably doesn't remember. But this guy is one half of, and I put this in the post yesterday, one of the most influential hip hop groups ever. Don't get it twisted. I don't care who your favorite groups are. And we had Dres from Black Sheep, and we had Smooth B from Nice and Smooth On. And I could say the same thing, about those groups, but I can definitely say that this is one of the most influential hip hop groups ever, M.O.P. And it's an honor and a privilege to have this brother in the building with us tonight, my man Billy Danze. What's going on, brother?
I'm good, champ. Thank you, man. I appreciate the support. And
this is definitely
most influential. I sound like a superhero, bro. I appreciate
it. Challenge of the century. New boxing.
Excuse me if I go into fan mode during this interview, man, because I'm a true fan. And the story, the brief meeting that we had that you probably don't remember. There's a festival that used to be held. I think they did it for like 10 or 12 years in a row, called Rock the Bells. Yeah. And you guys came to Baltimore one year. And I can't remember exactly the year, but I know that it was the year that Slaughterhouse got together and dropped their first album, because Slaughterhouse was there performing. So you guys were here in Baltimore. Well, it's right outside of Baltimore, down in Columbia at the Meriwether Post Pavilion. And if you remember, there's the main stage that's under the amphitheater. And then in the back of the venue, there's a festival stage. So we're at the back of the festival stage, and we saw Slaughterhouse do their thing. And Billy, if you remember, that festival used to run like clockwork because they had so many groups. So they used to get them in and get them out. For some reason, Raekwon and Ghostface was taking forever to come to the stage. And legend has it that this was around the time that Method Man and Joe Budden were beefing, and something happened backstage after Slaughterhouse came off the stage. Legend has it. So anyway, Common is rocking on the main stage. So we say, forget it. We're going to go check out Common. And as you're walking down, you got to walk down this little brick area with the concession stands. And to my left, I see Little Fame. And I'm like, yo, it's my dude right there. Out of the corner of my eye, I see this big guy with a cup and a half a gallon of Hennessy. And I look over and I was like, yo, that's Billy Danze, yo. And I walked up to you and I said, hey, Billy, and you gave me it was no COVID going on at this time, but you gave me the COVID pound because you had the cup in your hand. And you had the bottle in your hand, and you was like, what's up, homeboy? What's going on? And of course, the greatest thrill for me that night, because Busta Rhymes was also there. I got to see at least 3/5 of the people do my all-time favorite remix, which is Annie Up. So
nice.
Man, bro, that was everything for me that night, man.
Nice. Now I'm gonna be honest. I wish I could remember, but as you already said, I had a half a gallon of Hennessy.
Yeah.
So no, but it definitely sound familiar though, because only at that particular show did me and Fame kind of walk around like that, because most of the time we was just in and out. So I slightly remember, but
yeah, and it was crazy because KRS-One and the dude that does the freestyle Supernat, they were hosting. At one point, KRS was running around with a water gun shooting people. At one time, he had these big green hawk gloves on, and he was walking around, just walking up and punching people with the. It felt good. It felt good to see y'all just being regular guys. Is what I got from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing about rappers, right? We just it's like whatever your job is, what you do. That's your job. Like rapping is just our job. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a job. Like we're definitely, just regular people, regular Joes. We live through life the same way everybody else did. We have the ups and downs, the financially secure days, the days when we're not so financially secure, just like everybody else, man. There's nothing different between the rappers and the people that don't rap.
And I think we're the ones that tend to forget that. I think the fans are the ones that tend to forget that at the end of the day, you guys were, Brownsville born and raised, just regular people, and once we start, hearing your music and seeing you on videos and, seeing you in shows like that, that's when, we forget that at the end of the day, you guys are regular Joes. Like people get mad. Like if somebody would have walked up to you in that incident,
it's definitely
you just gave me nod, you know what I mean? Now, I thought you were saying something, but like people tend to just forget that you guys are human beings and that,
Oh, yeah. Wait, what happened?
Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Okay. Now, I was just saying that a lot of times, it's just unfortunate that people tend to forget that, you guys are just regular, you're human, you make mistakes, sometimes it's okay to, to hang out with your fans and everything. Sometimes, you just want to, have your time and your space to yourself. And that's why I was real cautious about the way that I, approached and just was like, hey, Billy, what's up?
Right.
But again, I think that's us. I don't think that's the individuals that are in your position, so to speak.
Yeah, no, it's definitely the fan that forget that the artist is an actual person. And it's okay because, you see a person in a certain light most of the time. Yeah. You don't get to see, like I'm sitting in my living room now, right? Exactly. Like you don't get to see all of this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The problem with that is it's a lot of pressure on the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like we always got to be flawless or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because we're being held to a certain standard. But I mean, I try to, I don't know how to be a star or celebrity.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a star and a celebrity because you say I'm a star and a celebrity. I got to come home when my lady says, dude, you better take the garbage out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got to take the garbage out. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I need you to do, I got to get it done. So
you do regular stuff. You got bills to pay,
Exactly.
The light's going to get cut off if you don't pay the electric bill,
You know what, bro? Just on the topic, right, about how fans, the standard that the fan may hold the artist to is a lot of pressure, right? So I said this the other day. I don't know why I was having this conversation, but there's forms like artists. I'm talking about like artists, Jimi Hendrix, from back then and up. You know what I'm saying? Like the pressure that is put on artists really their demise come in some form of and I hate to say the S word, right?
Yeah.
Because people try to dilute the pain with drugs and alcohol. And this is where, a lot of that it's all of that pressure. You know what I mean? So it's in some ways it's a form of pushing people to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people start using all these drugs and drinking all this and doing all this extra stuff to try to get away from the reality or the pressure that they have to feel. So as fans, like if I speak, and then maybe at some shows from now on, I'll start having this conversation about, you know what I mean? Just listen to the music. You know what I mean? Don't push the artist so hard, because you push the artist into a mental space where there's a ceiling now, and when the artist hit that ceiling and you're still pushing, you're gonna crush them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We had Special Ed on last year, and I think it was last year because it was right around the time that Biz Markie passed away. And yeah, he said something very similar to we the fans not understanding how we can drive you all almost to have mental health issues.
That's right.
Because you guys, everything that you do, especially in this world of social media where everybody has a damn opinion and thinks that it matters now.
Yep.
You guys, you were already in a fishbowl from the jump,
Mm-hmm.
but now the fishbowl that you were in before social media is now in the ocean. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Every single thing that you do, whether it be good or bad, somebody feels like they have the right to have an opinion or to scrutinize you.
That's right.
And for the life of me, bro, I can't understand some of the stuff that I see on social media, and it's like, damn, did you forget that this brother, this sister that you're criticizing has a life outside of the music, outside of whatever it is that they do, athletes or whatever the case may be. That's a real big thing that our people just don't understand for some reason.
Right. But you know what, bro? It's really how people, and I hate to say it, right? So people are so easy to brainwash.
Absolutely.
Right? They believe that everything that you see is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that you see is just what it is. It's really, really tough, man. Like when I leave my house, if I'm going to tour, I got to drive from my house about an hour and a half to the airport. I'll get on a plane. I'll probably fly, say, to Africa, an 18-hour flight. I'll get off the flight. I'll go to my room, sit there for a few minutes, go do sound check, come back, get dressed, go back, get on the stage, work like an animal, get off the stage, go back to my room, take a shower, repack, and then head to the next airport to go to the next country.
Do it all over again.
Keep going and going. So people go, oh, that's fun. I wish I could be traveling like this. Dude, I traveled to Paris for about 20 years before I saw the Eiffel Tower.
Wow.
And I saw it by mistake because my driver made the wrong turn.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm just hanging out by the Eiffel Tower taking pictures. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and when I saw the Eiffel Tower, like I said, my driver made the wrong turn. So I just glanced at it, looked up at it. Oh, that's crazy. Took a picture as the car is moving.
As the car is moving, right.
Because I had to get to the hotel.
Take 30 seconds to get out and really take a picture.
Right. Because I had to get to the hotel. So I had to take a shower, repack, and go to the airport so I can head to Germany. Wow. It's just, so it's constant. And yeah, and when you first start, because most of the artists, the hip hop artists, we're from these urban communities where we really don't get to travel or take vacations unless we're on the run from the law. Right. So, so when you start actually traveling like that, it's fun at first. And then it kind of becomes a little bit frustrating. This is after years of it, you know what I mean? And then it turns into a job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's really a job. Like it's a job. Like you got to sit. From the beginning of the process of creating the record to getting the record done to promoting the record to touring, all of that. So we never have downtime. Really, like active artists never really have downtime because even if we're not touring, we're we're writing or something's in our head to try to create the next project.
I've heard many artists say that really the only part of the life that they like now is that 20 minutes to an hour that they're on stage. That's kind of like their sanctuary. That's kind of like their release. All of the other stuff, and I hear it a lot when an artist drops a new project, because then you got to go into that promotion mode where you got to visit radio stations and do in stores and all of that kind of stuff. And before you know it, you've gone through like 3 weeks, and you look back at the end and like wonder where the hell all the time went.
Exactly. Kids growing up on you while you're on tour, bro. You know what I mean? You come home, there's kids, people are married. You're like, wait, what happened? So what's going on here, man? Rough life. It's a rough life. It's fun, and like I said, it's fun in the beginning, but then it turns into work, and then it turns into hard work. Yeah.
All right. XO, if you still want to do what we talked about earlier, go ahead and hop on, bro. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna apologize to you. I was having some Wi-Fi issues all day today, so when the show started, all of the devices weren't up and running. So now I'm finally starting to see all of the people that's checking in on social media and showing you a lot of love. So, word on the street has it that Remy Ma bogarted her way onto that Annie Up remix.
Is that the word on the street?
That's the word on the street. She wasn't originally supposed to be one of the people on there. And from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, this was supposed to be you guys, Busta Rhymes and Jay-Z at one point.
And Prodigy.
Oh my God, rest in peace. Man, that would have been whew.
Yeah. Well,
but how did the Remy Ma part come about then?
Remy bogarted her way on there. That's it. She bullied her way on the record, yo. And I've been said that, right? But then she told a story. She was on one of the podcasts. She was on a story, and she was on, and she told the story. And I was so happy that she told the story, because I said that before. I'm like, yeah, she bullied her way on it. But I'm so happy that she did, because she destroyed the record. She added that voice or that instrument that was missing. Very, very dope record. And Remy's, it's the sus right there. So she got on and she bodied it. She told a story about how that was the first record that where she really got some recognition. I love the part when she talked about how she was going to school, and after the record's big, and she's going to school, and because she was still in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, and all the students in the school was like, she probably
was getting mad love at that point.
Yeah. Very, very dope verse from her. And Busta got on and did his thing. Tef got on and did his thing. Prodigy actually, yes, definitely shout out.
That was my first time hearing Teflon, bro. Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, but Tef was on Four Long Blaze as well. Yeah, with Jay. But back to Annie Up. We sent the record to Prodigy. He did his verse. God, rest in peace to Prodigy. Dope brother. He did his verse, sent it in. Now he killed it, but we would not use the verse because of him and Jay was going through the issue at the time. That's when they had their little thing going on, and
you don't want that on the record,
right? And Prodigy kind of went at Jay on my record, so I was like, "No, we're not gonna use the verse." And like I said, bro, I'm glad that Remy bogarted her way on there. She deboed her way on it, and she killed it. It's a classic record. It's not going anywhere. So shout out to everybody that was on that record. Shout out to Fizzy Woe and Busta Rhymes, Teflon, and my sis Remy Ma. Yeah.
My dream, man, is to see the 5 of y'all do that live, bro. I gotta see the 5 of y'all.
I don't think it was ever done. You know what? We did it. Tef didn't do his verse, so we didn't do the whole joint. So what happens is what we do is like if we're around Busta, if he's there, if his show will pop up, right. He'll start the remix, do his verse, and then the song will come back on, and then we'll go out and do the original full. And I don't think I've ever done the verse for the remix ever.
I was going to say, I've seen a lot of videos of that being done. I've never seen you do your remix verse.
Nope, I don't even know if I remember. I gotta listen to
the song.
It's crazy
because the original was such a banger already. You know what I mean? So to have those individuals, Bus is gonna kill it every time.
Every time.
That was my intro to Tef. But Remy, man, when she hit that, wish I could bring Pun back, man. I was just like,
Hey, yo, bro, let me tell you something. When I heard her verse, I was walking into the studio, and that's the part I was hearing as I'm walking down the hallway. I wish I can bring Pun back. And I'm going, it's like a rendition of what I did on my song already.
Exactly. Right.
But I'm going, that ain't my voice and those ain't my words.
Right.
So as I walk into the actual control room, she's sitting there, sitting up on the couch, not on the, on the seat. She's sitting up on top of the couch. And I'm like, yo, play that again. Play that joint again. And I listened to it again. I was like, my God, amazing verse. You know what I mean? Shout out to Remy.
Shout out to Remy. So real quick, man, I'm gonna do something that I don't do too often on this show, but this is my brother, so I gotta let him show you some love, man. I got in the backstage area right now a huge M.O.P fan.
Okay.
And today just happens to be his birthday, man. So he wanted to come up and give you some love.
Nice.
Man, Exoskeleton.
Salute. What's good, bro?
Salute. What's up, champ? Happy birthday to you, brother.
Oh, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. What's good, big bro? How y'all fellas doing today?
We good, man. I'm good on my end.
Good. Yeah, man. I turned 40 today. Thank God, man. I made it.
That's right. It's a blessing.
You're only a day over 39, bro.
Yeah, a day over, you don't look.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you gotta well, I can't say turn up, right? We too old to be saying turn up. You gotta go enjoy yourself.
Oh, I am. God, I don't know why, but I've hated that term, turn up, lit, and cat. I hate all of it. Like, I don't care how old I am. It's just stupid to me. Every time I hear, I'm sitting back like, yo, what? Please shut up. Just stop.
I don't know what cap means.
So it's lie. Like, yo, you lying. You capping. You what? When I hear cap, I'm like, cap.
Yeah. I'm not studying that.
It's like, yo, you lying. I'm like, capping. Like, shut up.
Now, you know the one that get me? Thought. Right?
Facts.
Because thought means...
Oh, thought.
So what does it mean, though? Is it those or that?
Thought. Oh, that hole over there. That hole over there, a hole.
Okay.
Yeah, right. See that shit.
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
Ridiculous.
God, I hate it. So sometimes when I hear like these stupid sayings and shit like that, I'll write a verse and I would throw it in there and make it seem like, oh, he still say it. I'm like, no, listen to the content of how I'm using it.
Right.
It's like you gotta have those setup bars that leads into it. And then so I had Twan, Jinx, Eva Rhymes, like I was going over the verse and I had said it. She was like, wait, what the hell you say? And I just wrote that shit down. She was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, like the whole I slay. Like when you hear the word I slay. So I said, this a click spot. Might get any direction I spray. I'm like a black knight battling dragons on tracks I slay. See?
Okay.
That's what he bars. What he has bars. Like you can still use the shit and make it sound cool.
Right.
It's just dumb.
I slay. Yeah, but I think that's a stupid ass term as well. You just can't say you look nice or you you know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Now that's for that community of
right, but then we
females and the divas and shit. Like, y'all can have that. It's cool.
Right. Right. But then we wonder why kids can't speak proper English. It's ridiculous.
Bruh, listen. I look. I try my best just to stay away from the politics of how things being done. I just like, you know what, I'm good.
Yeah.
But no, man, when I seen that you was going to be on, I was like, yo, he coming on my birthday, one half of the infamous M.O.P. I'm like, damn, I gotta listen in on this one. And he's like, nah, I'm bringing you on. I'm like, oh, well, fuck, happy birthday. Like, this is a blessing. Like, I grew up on y'all guys. Like, I can never say the fucking title of the album. Like, 4 Long Blaze. Like,
4 Long Blazes was a record, yeah.
Yeah, I grew up on all of that. Like,
dope.
Every time Cold as Ice, Annie Up remix, that was like, whenever me and my brothers would get ready to play like either football or basketball, Annie Up had to be playing in the background.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to get served off of Annie Up.
Right. So now you telling my age, huh? You don't tell the people you 40. Tell people you 40. Don't come bother me, making me look like somebody's grandfather. Like,
oh no, I am so sorry. My apologies. Yeah, I messed that up. But see, y'all legendary for a reason though. Like I'm like, when I'm sitting up here thinking about like all the songs in certain periods in my life that like my playlist that I'm almost certain I had a M.O.P. song playing, like part of it. Like I believe it was called Sharks in the Water. That was one of them.
Yeah, that's love that shit. Record.
Oh my god, when I heard it, I think it was like on 92Q. No, it was 88.9. Of course, it was on 80.9. 80.9 play all the real shit, and I heard them. These motherfuckers is killed. Wait, hold on. Give me some value. Oh, okay. I fucks with this. That joint. The joint I did with Exhibit.
Dope.
I love that song. What else? I was just listening to G Building. Mm-hmm. The way y'all blacked out on that track. I got the instrumental, and I'm sitting back like, I don't think I can freestyle to it, but nah, that's their beat. That's their beat for a reason. Like, nah.
Yeah. Fame
blacked out.
Fame actually produced that joint, so it's an official all the way around M.O.P. record.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's nice with the beats. I didn't realize how dope he was.
He did Cold as Ice too. He did Cold as Ice. He did.
That's my joint too.
He did enough M.O.P. joints.
Damn. Yeah. I love Cold as Ice. Like, and I think that's around nice. That's around the time I really started getting into sampling like that.
Right.
And then I heard the sample for Cold as Ice. I'm like, damn, that's how the fuck y'all broke that shit down?
Yeah. So you produce too?
Yeah. Dope. Yeah, I do a little bit of everything. Like right now, I'm actually doing some artwork. I know it's my birthday, and I know I was supposed to be chilling. I'm supposed to be. Thank you, sweetie. It's all good. Thank you, sweetie. My daughter just told me happy birthday.
Nice.
But yeah, man, like I be everywhere.
Right.
Like I said, like I'm doing music, drawing, 3D modeling, video, all that shit. Like music always plays a major role no matter what it is I do. So I'm always checking for M.O.P. track. I don't give a hell what's going on, because I know y'all still out there killing it.
Of course.
I know y'all are. So it's like I'm never worried. I heard y'all on the Czar track. Mm-hmm. And it was like Busta Rhymes featuring M.O.P. I got excited because I loved y'all chemistry. And I loved y'all chemistry since Anarchy. When y'all did the joint on that, I loved y'all chemistry. And I'm like, okay, cool. Heard it. Just heard y'all in the background. I'm like, all right, that was a tease. But then I heard the remix. I was like, yes, there we go. That's better. Let them have their 16s, kill the shit the way they're supposed to, so I could sleep in peace. Like, I needed that. I need those bars.
That was the record. Like, that's the kind of records that M.O.P. and Busta makes. those high energy records. I mean, we've done other records, but those high energy records is where collectively, like we do those, like we really do them. You know what I'm saying? Like we get those done. So shout out to Buster too for calling us to get on that joint. The video was amazing. The first, the video to the original was amazing, and then we went down and shot the remix, which was also dope. And shout out to young CJ, who I know he's doing what the younger kids are doing, but I really like this kid. Like the whole vibe of hanging out with him was great. Because sometimes you hang out with these young kids and it's just like, the young artists, let me just say, and then it's a whole different thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can really see why they're, why you maybe not like their music, because before the music, the kind of person that they are, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why you don't like their music. For me personally, because I don't really care who's making the music, as long as it's dope. Right. Young kids, older heads, whatever, as long as it's dope, I'm for it. But with these kids, most of these kids, they don't have good energy around them. So, right. You know what I mean? But shout out to young CJ and Busta Rhymes, you know what I'm saying? And my man Benny Boom, who did the video, who kills it. His vision is crazy.
He's always a monster. Yeah, hell yeah. I always fuck with him. Him and Lil X.
Oh, Lil X, yeah. My guy, I haven't seen or heard about Lil X in a minute, but Lil X is my guy. Chris Robinson. How could I forget this other dude name? What's his name? The dude that did Belly. Hype Williams, right? Which is crazy because I gave him his first video. So that's strange. He did the first M.O.P video, which I believe was the first video he shot.
Wow, that is dope.
Shout out to Hype too.
Oh yeah. Hype, Hype will always go down as like one of the best. He's like the Martin Scorsese of hip hop music videos or music videos in general. He's like that. He's that guy. He always had a vision. And whenever people look at it like, oh man, it's weird or the shit wild, like no, he was always pushing the envelope. Like when he did the double exposure, like you got the letter frame with the main subject in the middle, but up top and bottom you got something totally different going on. I'm like, yo, that's a dope ass concept. I like that. That shit was sick, and he executed it well too.
Well, you got to have vision, right? Like even if it's the video, or even if what you're trying to portray in the record, how you're trying to have it come across, you got to have vision. You got to be able to use that canvas, right, and paint that portrait. You should be able to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Like convey to the audience.
Exactly, brother. That's how that goes.
Yeah, definitely. I do remember at one point, and if I'm mistaken, y'all was signed to Rockefeller.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Right, because I remember hearing the "You Don't Know" remix. Was that's another one of my. Look, let me say this. I'm gonna get back to this. I'm gonna let y'all have your moment. But I swear up and down, if my homeboy and my brother Street was here, he would contest to this. A lot of our like rowdy music, like get fired up, just wrecking shit. And between the Woo, Mobb Deep, and M.O.P track was definitely in the center of all the chaos. So I definitely thank y'all for providing some music, man, that helped me connect some real precious moments in my life, my brother's life, the people around me. You know what I mean? Like M.O.P really, like, it really wasn't just about the image that was being portrayed. It was, to me, it was like timeless music, and there's definitely an artistry behind it. And we definitely appreciate this shit, man. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for just being real instrumental to my upbringing.
Dope. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. You enjoy your birthday, man.
And X, you ain't gotta leave out yet, bro. You can stick around for a minute, man.
Oh,
I mean, yo, this is how ironic this is, bro. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I've been having Wi-Fi issues. Comcast has been in the area all day doing this upgrade that's got everything totally screwed up. My co-host, she lives all the way out in Western Maryland, so I don't know what's going on with her, but she had difficulties and had to drop off.
Oh shit!
Then, fortunately, I had you up here as I had some more difficulties and I had to drop off. So,
shit! All right,
this is working, but yeah, man, you can definitely stick around because I know your hip hop pedigree, bro. So I know this is everything for you right now.
It is. It is.
And Billy, I'm gonna give him his flowers on his birthday. He's an amazing MC, and he's one of the dopest graphic artists that you will ever meet, bro. So,
dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
Thank you, man. I truly appreciate it, man. It's been a fight, and it's never over. It's never over. It's never over.
But Billy, I just want to hear a little bit about Brownsville, man. Y'all got this video from back in the day, bro, and I swear I can go and watch this video right now, and I'll laugh so hard at this video like it's my first time seeing it. You guys are walking through Brownsville, you Fame, and it's a couple other guys, man. You got the baseball bat in your hand. Y'all going to look for bootleggers. Y'all going to make sure nobody has no tapes and CDs on the table that shouldn't be there. But that whole, I think it's like 8 parts to that video, if I'm not mistaken. And it just gives us a little taste of Brownsville and life growing up, man. Talk a little bit about Brownsville. Never ran, never will.
Brownsville, I mean, it's like every other urban community, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a little rougher than some, maybe not so rough as others, but it's still that rugged terrain that us from these urban communities know about. It's nothing really different. It's just where it's situated. Growing up, I like everybody else, like we had as much fun as we could in our area. You know, as a kid, you don't really, everything's so innocent that you can enjoy everything and anything. So the facts that we really didn't even have trees in our neighborhood didn't dawn on us until I got grown. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we didn't really even have parks didn't dawn on us because, you know, we figured it out. We nailed the milk crate to the pole and we played basketball like that, or we played in the vacant lots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As you get older, you start realizing maybe not yourself, your crew, your family, but you start realizing the people around you that also grew up together or grew up in the times with you started getting involved in this trade that was, you know, poison in the neighborhood, but there was somebody else that ran the trade before that, so you can't even blame them, right? And then in Brownsville, after a while, I noticed that people were getting hurt by the people they went to school with and the people they had their first jobs with and the people that they played ball with. So in Brownsville, it turned so greasy that the people started hurting each other. I watched my neighborhood get turned inside out. I watched the people from my neighborhood kill the people in my neighborhood. The friends, though, right? So it was a little crazy. So now that kind of molds you into thinking one way. I got to survive. So obviously we got into survival mode, took care of ourselves, did everything that we needed to do to make it to the next day. But yeah, Brownsville is just like every place else, every other urban community where you gotta just scratch and fight to get out of there. And this is something that I hear from a lot of people in these urban communities about. Yeah, I ain't going nowhere because that's that ceiling, that mental ceiling, that you don't need to go anywhere. Like this is normal. Everything is normal. It's really not normal to not be comfortable going to the store.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's really not normal to not be comfortable sleeping in your house. Like you can't be normal because this is the kind of situations that I personally been in, right? Like the what they call them now, the ops, right? The op is literally right outside my door and I'm sleeping in the first floor apartment. So you got to sleep with it under your pillow and your hand on it.
Yeah.
Like literally, bro. You know what I'm saying? So But Brownsville made me the man that I am today, and gave me that push that I needed to go harder and harder for my family.
Yeah, that particular strip that you guys are walking on during that video that I was talking about, it reminds me of a strip here in Baltimore called it's Pennsylvania Avenue. And for people outside of Baltimore that aren't familiar, Pennsylvania Avenue was basically at the intersection of Pennsylvania and North Avenue was the epicenter of the riots. When we had the Freddie Gray joint back in 2015. And back in the day, Pennsylvania Avenue used to be the place where people like Sammy Davis Jr. and Red Fox would come to the city to perform, you know, so we had those theaters and those lounges, but it's just it's just a strip of just a lot of stuff going on. But that watching that video, man, reminds me so much of home, bro. And like you said, like we have those neighborhoods in every city in the country, every city in the world. You can go to London or Jamaica,
Paris, it's crazy,
and find a hood. And that's what people don't realize, man. People trip me out when they act like their hood is the only hood in the world, and guns that y'all got in y'all hood, you know, like they stopped making guns after y'all got yours. You know what I'm saying? Like that's hilarious to me, man.
You know what it is, though, bro. It's just that, like I mentioned before, how as young kids in these urban communities, we don't go on vacations. The only time we leave the hood is when we running from the police.
Yeah,
I know that's the only time I ever left the hood is running from the police. Yeah. So you don't realize that Baltimore is so much of a rough city because you never leave yours. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand. So I was able to travel the world 5 times. But before that, I literally stayed in Brooklyn, right? I may go to Queens, I may pop uptown, whatever. So you get a little bit familiar with these other places. But I remember going to, I don't know, so I did weird stuff as an artist, right? Like I would leave the tour bus and I wouldn't ride back home with everybody else on the tour bus. I would take a Greyhound or I would take a cab, literally from wherever I was, and ride back home. One time I took a Greyhound bus. I forget where I was coming from, but I stopped in Baltimore at the Greyhound station. You from Baltimore, so you're familiar with the Greyhound station. But
back then it was on Fayette and Howard Street, right downtown. Yeah.
Most of the world that are not familiar with that Greyhound station. Dude, when I got off the bus, right, walked around this Greyhound station, it felt like the toughest housing project in the world. I said, Joe, I don't think I like this. Like, you know what I mean? Because I was so thrown off, right? Because I hadn't been at this bus station before.
So let me tell you something. I'm not sure what year that was, but I can imagine at that time, we used to have 2 big projects that were like a 10-minute walk from there.
Okay.
One was called Murphy Homes and one was called Lexington Terrace.
Okay.
A lot of that projects is a lot of what you see if you're a fan of The Wire.
Yeah. I know what's up.
Right. So at that time, man, you could have very easily walked out of that project or walked out of that bus station and walked up a block and had 30 dudes ready to run down on you, not knowing who you were, not caring who you were.
I know what's up.
But then you could have walked 2 blocks to the left and you would have been at the harbor, you know, and it would have been like you were in the most pleasant, you know, space in the world, depending on the time. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, bro. Let me tell you something. I know, I don't know all the ins and the outs, obviously, of Baltimore, but I had some homies that down there, been down there for years. But sometimes back then, so I used to look for my calm, right? And but I needed a balance too. So I needed to feel something like Brownsville, right? But I needed that harbor. Dude, I can't even tell you how many times I would just get on a train or ride down and go down to the harbor and stay there for a week or two just so I can go to the aquarium. It's the most beautiful aquarium I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
Like amazing. I would just go down there, sit down there. I'll take a couple walks in the wrong direction and shit, a couple blocks. But then I hurry up and turn my ass around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just did so. But it gave me balance though.
Yeah.
But shout out to all of Baltimore, especially my people that's down there. Good place. I just, you know what I wish, bro? I just wish the type of things that happen in Brownsville and Baltimore wasn't so normal. Right. To us, it's normal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
we didn't know we were broke when we were banging the crate up on the telephone pole. You know what I mean?
Right. Most of you brought up the Wire. Most of the cast from the Wire is people that I personally know. Right. A lot of those cats was from Brooklyn. A lot of the main characters was from Brooklyn.
Shout out Jamie Hector, my man.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's my guy. I used to watch him as a kid. I used to go to school plays that he was in.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Mike, rest in peace. Great guy. Great guy, man. These are some great guys, you know what I'm saying? So, and they used to tell us the stories about, like, some people would be shocked when they tell us the stories about how they would be on set, filming or whatever, and shots rang out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not surprised. It's Baltimore. So, but even though they're from Brooklyn, a lot of people just didn't know that
Baltimore was like that.
That Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, you don't know. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
And shout out to a lot of them, because a lot of them have been back in Baltimore recently, because HBO is doing another show here called We Run the City.
Okay.
And it's a show based around the gun trace task force that was a bunch of corrupt cops in the Baltimore that was doing dirty. So Jamie Hector is actually in there. He's playing a detective called Sean Suter, who, depending on who you ask, either committed suicide or was set up because he was about to testify against a lot of the people on the task force. To see him go from playing Marlowe in The Wire.
Yeah, right. It's like, hold on, dude, you're being a nice guy. I seen him in something else. He was a nice guy. I'm like, wait, man.
Yeah. After Marlowe, bro, because he was so cold in that role.
He was
so cold in that role, bro. To see him playing anything on the right side of justice,
it's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So
it's weird.
We have somebody that's tuned in, and I wanted to bring this question to you. They said, why would Billy say the M.O.P. didn't see more major success? They have clearly been successful, but seem to suffer under the quote-unquote underground label. Was it the business model or the management?
Why would I say what? I don't remember saying that. What did he say?
No, I guess he's asking you basically, why do you feel like you guys didn't achieve the major success that you should have? And I kind of disagree with.
No, let me.
I understand what he's saying, but I think you guys have been, yeah.
Well, let me tell you, how ridiculously rich I am, right? And I don't mean financially.
Yeah.
Here's what I mean. I came from Brownsville, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I was voted most likely to fail, be dead, or in jail, right? My uncle personally told me I wasn't going to make it to 25. I traveled the world 5 times. I put children through college, made sure they was nourished properly. I had a couple of nice big homes, nice vehicles. My wife had everything that she wanted, and I did well coming from Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear people say something about the most underrated or the da-da-da, dude, there's like the most popular rappers here can't go where I can go, right? I'm almost a prime minister in places we can't even pronounce. So I'm not underrated. I'm above the radar. That's what I call it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm saying this like this because I need that person to understand that I'm really, really good, especially coming from where I came from. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the kind of person that take care of my family, not just the family in my immediate family in the house. Like I take care of my family. I take care of the people in my neighborhood, my crew, you know what I'm saying? I make sure everybody got. So, and I'm still doing okay myself. So definitely I'm not holding my head down for anything. And I've had a lot of success. I had #1 records. I sold a lot of records. I went a lot of places. Now, that popularity that some others may have, I never wanted that anyway. You know what I'm saying? If you paid attention to my my first videos, I kept my hat down. And then and then when I would come outside, all I had to do was take my hat off and nobody knew it was me. I did that for years. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's not the part of the game that I signed up for anyway. So I don't really care about the popularity of it. I got everything that I needed to get out of this business for the work that I put in it, and I'm still gaining. The most important thing was that I was able to see the world. I was able to travel to Baltimore and Paris without being on the run from the police. You know what I'm saying? And I put the kids through college, bro.
Yeah.
I paid, the tuitions are paid. Yeah. They were paid. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm good. Whoever that person was that asked that question or whatever, don't worry about it, champ. I'm well. And if not, I still know how to go out and get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good.
Yeah. Big shout out to my man Gary Sappington that just popped on. That was actually the dude that was at the Rock the Bells festival with me that day that I mentioned. Yeah, that's my like we're hit, bro. I wish they would bring that festival back, because I think and Gary put it in the comments and correct me if I'm wrong. I think we went to those joints like 8 or 9 years in a row. And that festival allowed me to see probably 90% of my hip hop bucket list as far as people that I wanted to see live.
But you weren't gonna see it anymore.
You would never, yeah.
And I'll tell you why, because they started that transition. Right? So the people that built this, which I mean the artists, they started pushing those artists out to bring in newer artists. Now I know the guys personally who put the whole Rock the Bell concert together. And I don't know if we should call it Rock the Bells no more, because LL had to go to court and get the name from them. Gotcha. And they started this whole thing in a club.
That was Chad and
Josh.
Yeah. San Bernardino, California.
Yep. They started this whole thing in a club and it exploded. They utilized the artists that came before they were even thinking about this, built it until it got incredibly huge, and then they kind of started pushing those artists out and easing the younger cats in. So never mind about the people that helped you build it, which is cool. That, you know, this business, you do whatever you do. But yeah, I don't know if that's coming back, but they're smart guys, so they may just come up with something else. I know they made a lot of money. So they, you know, they're really smart guys. Like I said, I know them personally. Josh is my guy. Chang is a good guy. So I'm sure they're all right. But I don't know if we're going to get the Rock the Bells. But LL do have a festival coming up. It's not. He's not calling it Rock the Bells. I don't know what he's calling it, but he should call it Rock the Bells.
I think I actually got that in my cell phone. Go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah, but yeah, he's doing that out in Queens.
That lineup is crazy.
Yeah, ridiculous, ridiculous. Yeah, so he's doing it out in Queens, and it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. Shout out to Big Bro too, man. He's such an inspiration, especially for me personally, because he's the first artist that I've ever seen, which is maybe like I seen him do this performance that was mesmerizing, and this is before he was an artist, before he was an official artist, before he put a record out. And when I say a performance, you know, back in the days in New York, we had like these block parties and jams, right? And I remember seeing him run back and forth across the stage. And he kept saying LL Cool J, and ladies love Cool J. I'm like, who is he? He's dope. He's different from everybody else. His energy is electric, right? About a week later, he puts his first song out. He went to school with my sister, and so if I know him since I was a little kid, and his the way he inspired me is crazy, man. He's a good brother, strong-willed, and he has the smarts to do anything that he want to do. Coming from where he come from, he made it, and still doing huge things. It's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to Big Bro, man. LL, shout out to him, man.
So, in looking at this, he is actually still calling it the Rock the Bells Festival. It's going to be August the 6th in Forest Hill Stadium in Queens.
Yep. Dope.
And
I'm going.
Jesus Christ. LL Cool J, Ice Cube, Rick Ross, Little Kim, The Dipset, Fat Joe and Remy, Jadakiss, Scarface, Trina, Nori, Digable Planets, and that's just it's like half of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to him. So have another guest who's tuned in, and he wants to know when you and Fame will be dropping another album together.
You know what? I'll be waiting for this question. Any interview I do or anytime I speak to somebody, I wait for this question just so I can give this answer, right? The truth is, we're not.
Oh my God, did I lose you again? Jesus Christ. Come on, man. This is crazy. Yo, I really hate Comcast right now, man. This is one of my biggest interviews ever. And like I said in the post earlier, man, I've literally been having, even though I feel like I'm still connected, so this might be an issue that he was having on his end, man. But this is one of been having all these damn technical difficulties is pissing me off, man. So I look like I'm good on my end, and I'm still alive. So I'm not sure what happened with Billy. Hopefully he can hop back on in a few minutes, man, and we can talk about that, because I really I had noticed that a couple of the videos that I had seen recently was just him by himself. And I was definitely going to talk. And shout out to Big Just, my man, for asking that question, because I was definitely going to go there, because I did notice that he's doing a lot of stuff solo right now. And I was wondering if this was just something that he chose to do, wanting to kind of step out and branch out on his own, or if there was, a situation where him and Fame weren't going to be back together. Comcast, yo, I hate y'all right now. I'm serious, man. Y'all been in my neighborhood all day, and it's just been too much going on. But shout out to my man, shout out to my brother Mishan. Hey, bro, if you're there, and you want to hop on for a minute, just let me know. I shot you an inbox, and appreciate you, my man Christopher Irvin, for tuning in. I'm ticked off right now because I don't know what happened to him. Like I said, it feels like I'm good on this end, and I kind of got some stuff that I can go and play, but YouTube and Facebook are so finicky with the music that I don't know if I can play the stuff that I want to play. Let me see something.
If you're a homeowner in Maryland and you're still paying for electricity, then you could be missing out on free government assistance to go solar. Most people don't know this, but in 2005,
this like totally sucks, yo, because I was so looking forward to this, man. And I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. I'm I'm gonna go ahead and play this joint real quick because I know that they won't kick me off for this. And I'm gonna check with Billy and see what's going on. Sam, what's going on, my brother?
Peace, King. How you feeling?
Hey, let me pause this and take this off for a second, man. Hey, bro.
What's good?
Yo, I really want to drive the White Marsh right now to the Comcast building. Yo. You know what I'm saying?
I'm right there with you, big bro.
But the crazy part is, I think he's actually having some issues on his end because the fact that we're still alive means that I'm good on my end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just hit up his publicist and pardon me and my rudeness for not giving a shout out to 4-time publicist of the year, MJ Savino from a jump, for Don King in this situation right here and letting me have one half of one of my favorite groups ever.
Legendary.
Up on this joint, man. I'm so mad, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Comcast is, like I said earlier, bro, they've literally been in the neighborhood all day. This was supposed to have been something that started at 6 a.m. They were supposed to work for a couple of hours, and then they had it right, and then something happened, and then it's just been on and off. I've been trying to connect to my work phone with the hotspot, my phone with the hotspot. Then Comcast got it right at like 6:58, so I switched over and all of this stuff. But you know how the devil works when you're trying to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had class one day. Comcast said, "Look, you know I'm virtual," so they said, "We're gonna be doing work the entire day." So I had to go to mom's house and you sit over there while Comcast is working.
I really started because my brother lives right around the corner from me on the other side of Bel Air Road. I really started to go over there. But once I had a good 20 minutes of solid Wi-Fi, I thought everything was good. But it is what it is, man. M.O.P, bro.
Listen, I was upstairs and I was checking on the wife. You know, the queen was, not feeling too well. So I was checking on her and she was like, Antoine's show was on. I was like, yeah, I just got the link. I'm about to go watch it. But I always just tune in anyway. I hadn't even known who you had sitting in here. Oh. So I sit down and I started reading and I'm like, what? Come on, man. One of the greatest duos of all time, period. And he dropped one of the craziest bars during your interview. He said, I'm not under the radar. He said, I'm not underrated. I'm above the radar.
Above the radar.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Shout out to my cousin Jake checking in, man. Love you, bro. Yeah, man. Like I was telling him, bro, like, and for those of you guys that are just tuning in, we've been having some technical difficulties and Billy hopped off. So I am talking with his publicist now, trying to see if we can get him back on. But for me, man, that Annie Up remix, bro, is just everything.
Yeah.
Like the
every
song,
verse.
Like the song itself, the original joint was just like. But people that know me know that I'm a Busta Rhymes fanatic, foremost. So just his opening verse is just like I told Billy earlier, man, because I'd heard some stuff about him and how Rem bogarted her way onto that remix, and he actually confirmed it tonight. But that Remy verse just hit different, bro.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw her speak on that.
Bitch, run that. I was like, oh my gosh, yo. Like, and like he said, the fact that she was saying that to his exact cadence and his line, that was everything, bro. Like
paying homage to his verse when you think about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, because his verse was crazy.
Paying homage to his verse, but then also paying homage to one of the greatest to ever do it that, left us far too soon. Pun.
Yeah. Way far too soon. Far too soon. That's a whole nother topic for another day. But I'm gonna tell people right now.
We still got the hip hop summit. We still got the hip hop roundtable coming up.
Listen, man, I think when we do these fives, I think a lot of people kind of overlook or undermine the skill of Big Pun because I'm sorry, but it's not too many head to head that in the middle with Little Italy. Little did we know we just riddled the middleman who didn't do diddly. Like this is the 90s, bro.
Conversation over. Once you drop that verse, conversation is over. It's no point in, you know what I'm saying? You can't. Conversation's over at that point.
Hip hop purists say that that Twins verse is one of the greatest verses ever written. That and Super Lyrical. Yeah, Big Pun was different, man. Rest in peace to late great Pun. Yeah, everybody showed out for that verse on Annie Up remix, man. That was good for hip hop. I really wish that we had those types of features in hip hop today, where it's not about I owe you one because you was on my last hit record, or no, I'm gonna jump on this because I got the best verse. I'm better than you right now. Listen to my verse, and we're gonna all try to outdo each other in the sport of hip hop. That's what hip hop, is to me. It's so many avenues, and we know the true facets of hip hop. But what hip hop is to me, besides painting a picture of your community, things that you see on a day to day and how you feel about life, it's the competitive nature of how you put that pen to the pad. And it's a few out there that still love it, but
we lost that, bro.
Seems no, we ain't losing. They just looking in the wrong places. Center.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you that. It's almost like the NBA, bro. We became too friendly in hip hop.
Yeah, man. You know what killed me about that? Which is, they both synonymous with one another. When you see a player today play some defense, you say, "Oh, he a defensive specialist." Well, in the early '90s, you was a player. Like that was a part of basketball, right?
You wasn't on the court if you didn't play defense.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out when we started breaking things down like that. Okay, so you weak on defense, so you're an offensive specialist,
right?
Or you strong on defense, you're a defensive specialist. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So because I love this verse so much, bro, and because you're here, I gotta do it to him, bro.
Oh man.
I gotta. Hey, bro. Hold on, let me turn it up.
I see my people die. Recent crimes got me hugging on my son and daughter.
You already know the bar that I love the most on this.
Just let them know I was a fighter. I'm a writer for the voiceless, all the ones feeling choiceless. God gave me this gift of rap. I feel like I'm anointed. Please, Father, forgive me for my sins, all my miscues. You gave us free will. This for responsibilities misused. I know that they hear me, so I clearly speak the truth. My brothers asked me what's my motive. I told them to reach the youth. They not to blame. They just simply display the pain that we produce. And I gotta keep it 100. This is real from me to you. As I write these rap verses, they extinguish black churches. All this hatred in the air, so I just dare to have a purpose. I can brag on all my purchases. Talk about some worthlessness, but dog, I'd rather work this gift. Hip hop, I was birthed for this. We dying to live, but only living for the moment, because tomorrow's not promised and the future's uncertain. Wow. That's the message that they force feed the black child and raise him in that crack house. No wonder why he lash out. My people, it's a trap. Let's reevaluate our cash route. Time to build business up. Enough with all that nigga stuff. Ignorance is bliss, but also their way to get rid of us. Your mind is blinded by these diamonds. My mind shines on our dying men. Every day, another death or funeral procession. Listen as I tutor you a lesson moving through these records. All my peers' ears appear to be closed here, but it's clear. I plan to show you a vision for those who don't hear. You can play deaf, and it's cool, but it's deaf in this closed and not because of a deficit. I double edged entendres that seem effortless, and since they can't F with it, I probably only sell a bit. The fork in the road that was caused by the devil's pitch. I chose right, but intentions on making heaven's list. Been doing God's work, just speaking from the bottom of my heart to my brethren before they sleep in that long hearse. Your mother's tears and father's fears, at least for those lucky enough to have even had their fathers near. I never had my father, but I got my son now. So until they mourning me, I'll be holding my son down. It's light.
That's light.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, King.
Hey, yo.
I'm having fun, man.
Bro, I remember when we recorded that joint, and of course, you know I'm not on camera. So I'm sitting behind the scenes and I'm just listening to you flow, and I'm like this. And when you hit that, and since I won't sell a bit, whatever, probably whatever that joint was, I was like, oh.
Listen, look, so we was in the studio one night, and my man was like, "Look, I need you to write to this beat." I said, "Oh, cool." I laid the verse down. He's like, "That beat crazy." I'm gonna run downstairs real fast. I'm gonna grab my stuff from the car. We're gonna record. I said, "Bet." I started playing some other beats on YouTube, and I heard this beat, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's phenomenal!" So I started writing, and the song, I actually recorded that verse. You know, when we get together, I'll give you a copy of that. That's actually recorded, and it's a good vibe. But just recently, you know, school aside, you know, you gotta take care of family first and foremost. So I'm knocking school out, but I'm still listening. A lot of people waiting on the tape, man. The tape is on its way. I ain't forget.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the tape.
I ain't forget, brother.
I'm waiting.
I ain't forget. Like we have my brother S Flow, my brother to the grave. You know what I mean? So we working on something called Jewels from the Crown. He's a dope MC, but he's putting his toe into the producer. You know, he wants to make these beats, and he let me hear like 9 joints, all of them fire. So I'm just gonna give you, what I got, and we're gonna, let it rock from there. It's about the music more than anything.
Yeah. Hey, bro, you. I mean, now that we're seeing each other on a regular basis, because it had been a while, but we see each other at least once a week now.
God don't make no mistakes, brother.
Shout out to the VLF Nation, by the way.
Facts. But God don't make no mistakes,
bro. And I told this story actually on that segment. Like, I remember you just coming up to me in the parking lot, in the sanctuary, like, yo, I said, and just kicking me, and I'm looking at you like, yo, who is this dude, and where did he get this pen from?
Yo, that's dope. So, the craziest thing though, like, I'm a bit of an introvert, and it's crazy because God has blessed me to be able to adapt to any situation or circumstance I'm in. But the people that I come across, I rarely share what now I'm starting to see as a gift, because people are really taking certain things out of the music to heart. So something was like, yo, that brother like hip hop. He cool. Let's rock. Because like, if me and you were to sit down for a few hours,
just like that too. It was literally just like that too.
That's it. That's it. Like, because I feel like hip hop is something that we've all, those who love hip hop. I literally grew up and learned life lessons through music.
Yeah.
Like when people laugh and joke when you hear, you know, never trust a big butt and a smile, that sounds like, you know, a joke. But that's a life lesson that if you're not paying attention, you can miss that. It's a lot of life lessons in hip hop that people don't pay no attention to, but those who know. And I grew up on hip hop, man. So I never let it die. When people keep saying, "Oh, yo, you still write? You still rap?" Listen, man, I seen an interview just recently and Rakim still rapping. Well, I'm stopping.
And you know, hip hop is the only genre of music that they try to put like a age cap on us and feel like, you know, after you reach a certain age that you're not supposed to. And I'm like, how, Sway? How, Sway?
Yeah, as long as your mind continues to grow, you're only getting better. You have more things to speak about. Look at Hov.
Yeah.
Did anybody hear Hov last verse with Pusha T? I was in the crib.
My favorite line was the line we was talking about Big and was like, if Big wouldn't have died, you would have got the commission.
Yo, I think Hov be in everybody crib listening somehow, because that literally is my barbershop talk. to his point, when we debate who the GOAT, I always give it to Jay for the longevity, all the, you know, everything that he's done for the game and to the game, how he's grown and changed. I'm like, bro, y'all keep talking about if Big was here, if Big was here. First thing I'm gonna say is God don't make no mistakes, and you can't stop the sun from shining.
Facts.
But if Big was here, bro, he probably would have been Jay sooner.
Yo,
because
this is the crazy thing about that conversation. So I asked somebody, I was like, so shout out to Roger, the baddest drummer in the world right now.
Big homie.
Big Rod. I say, like, so you're telling me that if Big wouldn't have died, Jay-Z wouldn't have continued being in the studio with Just Blaze? He wouldn't have continued, you know what I'm saying, writing and doing the stuff that he was doing? Like, what does Big's passing have to do? I understand the logic that they're trying to make, but the logic isn't logical for me.
All right, so we know the direct correlation when you say Tupac, Biggie, right?
Right, of course.
We get that.
Right.
But when you speak about Jay, do people realize that on Jay-Z's first rookie first album, he's going back and forth in a battle, so to speak, with Biggie Smalls? Nigga, please, like short sleeves, I bear arms, stay out my way from here on. Like, I'm sorry, but it's that's still a toss-up till this day. So in a head-to-head, Jay held his own. So you can't even say, you know, what Jay would have been. I think Jay is phenomenal. Individuals like Jay-Z who have done so much for hip-hop, we need to stop trying to find chinks in our armor, so to speak, and just embrace what they have given us over the course of these years. You know, the M.O.Ps of the world, the Busta Rhymes, the Remy Ma's of the world, because she doesn't get her just dessert. So a lot of female MCs, unfortunately, who don't get their just dessert. Because listen, I'm a huge Lauryn Hill fan, bro. I think, listen, people forget how nice she was with the pen rapping, let alone.
If they don't remember, just tell them to go back to the score and listen to Zealots.
Oh my God,
that's all they got to do. Just go back to the score and listen to Zealots.
Yeah, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album is probably
and no disrespect to any verses that she kicked on that album, but go back to the score and listen to the song Zealots. And any debate that you have about Lauryn Hill not being one of the GOATs, and I'm not even gonna say one of the female GOATs.
One of the GOATs.
Because at some point we gotta stop putting that title on and just giving credit for being MCs. You're right.
And as an MC, you're right.
I say the same thing about battle rap, you know, because I'm heavy into battle rap, and you know, they do this event called Kings versus Queens every year. And right now, the queens are like 40-60. It's gonna be a card maybe a year or two from now where they just gonna sweep because they just delivering bars.
They're hungrier. They're hungrier.
Share this in here. Hey Chef, hey, shout out to my man Chefsworth. What did you just share? What we were saying about Jay-Z. Shout out to my man Chef too. That's my dude right there. But yeah, bro, we gotta stop. We gotta stop when it comes to hip hop comparing everybody to and we gotta stop saying the what ifs because we don't know the what ifs. Bro, do you know how much music Biggie and Jay would have done together by now?
The commission.
Do you know how much music Biggie would have done by now?
Yeah, rest in peace. That would have been it. I just needed one.
Come on, bro.
I just needed one. That would probably be in the player all day long. I just needed one of those.
And for those of you guys that are just turning in, man, the devil is a liar.
Yes, he is.
Comcast. Bro, I'm gonna be on this all week, bro. I'm gonna be on this all week, man. But we did have Billy Danze on earlier, so you guys can go back and check the replay. And we were really about to get into some good stuff because he was talking about what was going on with him and Fame from M.O.P. But unfortunately, he got disconnected, and his publicist, MJ Savino, shout out to you, sis, as always, literally just hit me up. And I don't know. I'm hoping that she's trying to see if he's going to reconnect. But if not, it is what it is. It was just an honor and a privilege just to have him here for that hour that we had him, bro. He was dropping some stuff. I had always wanted to ask him about that video of him just walking through Brownsville with the baseball bat looking for the bootleggers, yo. So between that and him talking about how Remy deboed her way up on that Annie Up beat, because I had heard a couple of different stories, but I wanted to hear, there's three sides to every story. In this situation, all three sides say the same thing. He didn't even know that she was in the studio at that time. You know what I'm saying? And as he's walking into the studio, she's hitting the "Wish I Could Bring Pun Back, Bitch, Run That." And of course, because that's his line, you know what I'm saying? His cadence in the original, he's like, what's going on? But yo, can you imagine if the Jay-Z verse and the Prodigy verse had made that remix, bro?
I would have loved to hear that, man. And just for the sake of hip hop, like I would have loved to hear that verse from both of them. Rest in peace to Prodigy.
So yeah, definitely rest in peace. So it's already my favorite remix of all time. And Jay-Z is my favorite of all time. Mm-hmm. So to have Jay-Z on my favorite remix of all time, and he would have, bro.
Jay known for he known for the remix, man. He definitely was not going to show. He's going to show up on anybody's song and show out.
He would have annihilated that joint, bro. And that's the what ifs, The
what ifs.
Yeah. So while I got you here, man, and I'm only going to stay on for a few minutes, I'm just trying to wait to see if Billy's going to be able to hop back on. Give me your thoughts if you've had a chance to listen to the new Kendrick Lamar project.
I haven't sat with it. It's funny. I heard about it a couple of days ago when the video went viral. Brilliant young man. Brilliant young man. Like,
bro, when the Kobe face and the
Nipsey
and the Nipsey face came up, bro.
Yeah.
It was so freaking eerie, yo.
Yeah, he has the unique ability to, so as a writer, right? As an MC, you sit down and you write what's in your head. It doesn't always come out to everyone else. When you see art, when you go to an art gallery and you're looking at art, 10 of us can get 10 different, images. His ability to see something in his head, put it on paper, and make you see the same image that he intended you to see is brilliance. And since the beginning, man, he's been showing you his brilliance. So I can't wait to sit down with it. Someone asked me to write a verse for their mixtape recently. So I won't listen to it until I finish writing. You know, I typically stay away from listening to anybody else while I'm in the writing process, because like you don't want to hear a cadence and then be like, oh, you know, I like that. Let me. So I try my best to not, you know, listen to anybody. That's just the way I write. But I really feel like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, when people say hip hop was dead, they have to go back and retract that statement, because you have those types of individuals like myself who grew up on it, who refuse to let it die, man. I know Kendrick hit it out the park every single time. Good Kid, Mad City, phenomenal. Pimp a Butterfly, out of this world. So yeah, he's definitely one of my favorites, man. He's one of my favorites.
And I will be the one to admit that it took me a second listen to really start to appreciate this album. So I think when I go through it the third time, I'll be linked in. I'll be linked in. I never sit and listen to an album and give an opinion, because I just feel like there's too much to take in. There's too much to listen to on just one listen. Like how can you sit and listen to 13 songs the first time and then just say, oh, it's a classic? You know what I mean?
That's just generation.
Yeah, I can't do it, bro. And for me, when I put that classic label on an album now, bro, it's got to be Illmatic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be up on that level, bro. And I feel like that's something that, and you just said it might be generational, because I know this generation is quick to call everything a classic. If it's 16 songs and they like 5, it's a classic.
Remember no skippables? Remember you couldn't skip nothing on albums? Like that was the standard. Like if I had to skip 4 of your joints, that's not a classic at all. It's a good album, but I had to skip 4 songs just to get to the good one, and then I had to play one of the good ones on repeat so many times because it was better than the rest.
Yeah.
No, that term classic get thrown around too much, and
around way too easily, bro. I haven't, like for me, I can't even tell you the last classic album that I feel like was a classic. But I know the last joint that I listened to, and this is going back a while, bro. The last joint that I listened to without a skip was The Minstrel Show by Little Brother.
Oh, so we can do that all day. Well,
I don't know what it was about that album, bro, but I was entrenched. Fonte just dumbed out, it felt like, on every song.
That's what they do, though, man. Like that's North Carolina also, right? Yeah, something about it's in the water down there, man. Because them boys can rap. North Carolina can rap.
And then like Get Rich or Die Trying was just a song. It was an album, bro. I was like, yo, what is 50 doing, yo? Like,
ooh, okay, so that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother episode. But
starting now while I'm waiting.
I love that first album. I do. And if you want to take that and say that album may have the greatest standing run in any era, because I know the work that 50 put in throughout his career, but let's keep it a buck, and it's just my opinion, I don't feel like he has no great albums after that.
No, he doesn't. No.
So like to be able to be where he is,
right there.
To be mentioned in these conversations, to be standing where he is, how successful he is. First of all, you got to tip your hat off to the black man. Just don't give up, always fighting adversity and come with, from where we come from. But just keeping it hip hop, like, bro, he once called Jay-Z the most overrated of all time. I was like, 50, was you looking in the mirror when you said that, bro?
I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 cents?
Bro. That Get Rich or Die Trying is definitely a classic from beginning to end, but I feel like that was it. Music wise, music wise.
So he had a couple of hits after, but they were all singles.
But the radio ain't hard to get to. The radio, a lot of people can get to the radio, and he had the greatest, like I said, it's a whole nother topic, but bro, let's keep it all the way funky. This me. You know me. it's me. And when we talking hip hop, I definitely got to keep it 100. He took a formula that was already standing and successful, because when people talk how bad he did Ja Rule, he didn't do Ja Rule away. The fans did Ja Rule away because they wanted something new. They wanted something fresh. And he didn't do anything but take the same formula that was already working. You couldn't turn on MTV, BET and not see Ja Rule all day long. So let's not act like 50 was like, oh man, he's singing in the videos, and then Ja get out the scene. The next thing you know, you 21 Questions on all day long. So
girl, it's easier to love me now.
I mean, you know, I'm a student of this, bro. I'm a student of this. I pay attention. I pay attention, you know. So
facts, big facts, big facts.
I had my wife watching American Gangster last night, and there's so much you can take out of that movie.
Hold up. Let me interrupt. Shout out to my wife. She was all on my toes Sunday, bro.
My queen.
She was all on my toes Sunday, bro.
My man. Listen, it be like that. And we're in a position now that we like throw it back at each other. When she down, I can pick her up. When I'm down.
And it's funny, bro, because you called me out Sunday. You was like, I'm gonna give you a few minutes to get yourself together. I was having some moments on Sunday, man, just because. And this is definitely another story, you know, for another show. But when we're in that atmosphere, and you're around all of that love that we have there, you know what I'm saying? You just go there. You just it's easy to just go into your space and you listen to the words of the songs. You listen to the words of you, Flavor Flav up there getting your, you know what I'm saying, getting your hype man on. And I was just there, and you picked up on it. You picked up on it. I think at that time I might have had my head down in my hands or something, and you just picked up on it, and you was like, I'm gonna give you a few minutes to get yourself together. And I was like, I'm good, bro, but trust me. But like, I went back and watched it again that night, and she was all on my toes, bro. She was all in my space. She was all in my hemisphere. So when we get off of here, just tell her message received.
I got you. I got you. That's word. Word is bond. I got you.
No doubt. And that's why I love VLF, yo. Bro.
Till the sun fade.
It's different, bro.
It is.
But look, man, at this point, especially since I'm not hearing back from her directly, I'm going to assume that he's not coming back, and that's fine. I'm happy with the time that I had to spend with one half of one of my favorite groups of all time. If you're still tuned in, next Monday, I got Money B from the legendary Digital Underground that's going to be here. And he's going to bring on a guy that simply goes by the name of Young Hump. Now, when I first heard this guy, I thought it was Humpty's son. Because if you listen to him rap, and if you watch his personality and his demeanor, or if you watch the Tupac movie, All Eyes on Me, he has a part in that, you would think that this was Humpty Hump reincarnated.
Wow.
But it's not. It's not. It's a protege of them. So for all you Digital Underground fans, you know, and for all of you Humpty Hump fans, rest in peace to my man Shock G. It's crazy that he's been gone for a minute now. Tune in next week. Comcast, I will not do the nah, man, but I'm looking so forward to that interview, because not only are they doing new music and new stuff, but the stories that's gonna come out of that show about Shock G / Humpty Hump, about Tupac. It's a lot that can come out of that. So I'm looking forward to sitting down and just chopping it up with them, man. And bro, I'm so humble, yo. Like I'm so blessed, bro.
First of all, I want to thank you for inviting me, but I want to give you your flowers, bro.
I appreciate
because you got all these it's maybe one or two podcasts or webisodes or whatever you choose to call the platform that I can tune into and really enjoy the person that's on the show and the host.
I appreciate that.
So of course, man, I just continue doing what you're doing, bro. Like I told you before, man, you put the Almighty first, and you're gonna take you a long way because your heart's in it.
Yeah.
You know, as long as your heart's in it, you're gonna be good regardless. So I want to give you your flowers, King, because sky's the limit for you. You keep it hip hop. I tune into this show every week.
I'm gonna take the I keep it hip hop because we love hip hop, but it's a lot more. I mean, I've had R&B and
of course
actors and actresses on and all of that, but I'm gonna say shout out to the young lady that I've been trying to contacting, MJ Savino, man. Bro, it's okay to network. People, y'all gotta rock the networking, man. Y'all gotta, when you get a contact, when you get a plug, treat them people right, man, because you never know who they can bring into your space.
Absolutely.
I might be having Fredro Starr soon, bro.
They just did they thing.
Bro, that album.
They just did they thing. Oh my gosh.
I might go ahead and get Fredro up here, man.
That'll be dope.
I might go ahead and get Fredro up here, bro. But I'm just trying to do the things that I've been doing for the last 8 years, man, and take it to a different level. You know what I'm saying? I'm always show love to the home team.
Mm-hmm.
Always show love to Baltimore. So it's definitely going to continue to be some Baltimore people up here. And I always make sure I got some Baltimore representation on the acapellas and the acoustics joint, man. But I'm just trying to use this platform, man, just to connect with people that not only am I a fan of, but I know that other people are a fan of. And I want to get their stories that you've never heard. I want to have that genuine conversation. I don't want to bring them up here and ask them the protocol questions and all of that. I was about to go deep on Billy, bro. It was about to get crazy, you know what I'm saying? But, of course, always done in a respectful manner, and I don't step on no toes and I don't make it sloppy up here, man. I just try to, just have fun and just really get to know people,
who they are.
We don't see. Shout out to my girl Chanel. Love you, sis. Appreciate you. Just try to get, because I watch, since I've been doing this, man, I become a YouTube junkie. So I watch a lot of videos and I watch a lot of interviews, and I can go back and watch 10 interviews of Billy Danze and see 10 people asking him the same questions.
So I'm going to give you this because information is only as good as the next person you can give it to.
Absolutely.
So I was sitting in the studio with someone he's a producer right now. Shout out to King Beats. He has played the drums for the Isley Brothers and things of that nature, younger. Now he's, full-fledged producer. He was telling me when I was younger, and I was like, he's like, who do I listen to? And when you're young and you rap, you don't listen to nobody. You're the greatest of all time, but you have to humble yourself. So I was like, I don't listen to nobody. He's like, come on, you listen to somebody. And I started naming people. He's like, good. Because if you want to make great songs, you have to listen to great songs.
Absolutely.
He says, great writers read great books. So by you doing this platform, keep watching the interviews.
Always
keep watching, the forums. Yeah,
the pandemic was the greatest thing ever for me, bro.
A lot of people ain't.
I sit here on a daily basis, man, and I just, because like, how can you become the greatest basketball player if you don't go and watch videos of Bird and Magic and Jordan and, or even if it's just you watching videos of whoever plays your position. If you're a center, go back and watch Shaq. Go back and watch Kareem. Go back and watch Wilt. If you're a point guard, go back and watch John Stockton, Magic, Isaiah Thomas, and if you're a singer, if you're an MC, go listen to some of the people that are the GOATs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're a pimp, pull up Pimp Chronicles.
Listen, it's okay. It's okay to humble yourself, man, and work towards something. What's good of holding a record if nobody held it first?
Right.
Like I want to make sure I beat that. so somebody behind me can come and try to beat what I do. So
Absolutely.
it's okay, man. It's okay. But you're right.
And it's like an iron sharpens iron kind of thing.
Facts, man.
You gotta, and I'll tell anybody that'll listen, like I got started doing this because I used to watch The Breakfast Club religiously.
Mm-hmm.
Charlamagne, Angela Yee, DJ Envy. I used to watch that religiously. And it made me realize that I could do it. And yeah, bro. So I just, I'm always trying to get better. But at the end of the day, when I bring people up, I don't consider it an interview. I just say we just want to talk.
That's why you stand out.
Yeah, it's very rarely that I'll even have like questions in advance that I want to ask. A lot of people would have brought Billy up tonight and would have been like, yo, okay, so let's start at the beginning. How did M.O.P meet?
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you that, bro. I'm going to tell you about the time I met you down at the Rock Billows Festival.
Yeah.
Walked up to you and you had a half a gallon of Hennessy in your hand. And I was like, yo, Billy, what's up?
I do wish somebody would have brought up that cold as ice. Sorry to cut you off. That cold as ice was crazy. Ridiculous. That was crazy.
Ridiculous. And I could have transitioned there, but I had to tell that story of our meeting first because it was cool, and then we just took it from there. And like that's the way that I try to approach it. You know what I mean? Like I just try to I try to talk to them as if they're sitting here in my basement, with me, and we just kicking it. And by the way, bro, you're invited to come over anytime. Just let me know when you
I appreciate you, King.
As long as you're a Kobe fan.
Oh, come on. You already know.
Oh, you see that up there. You see that up there.
That goes what I was saying. That goes what I was saying, man. Mamba for life.
Yeah, but definitely appreciate you, bro. And
I appreciate you for having me.
And now I'm gonna throw you on a spot because when you did the acapellas and acoustics and you killed it, you talked a little bit about the music. So where are we now as far as the project is concerned?
So Jewels from the Crown. Listen, I tell everybody all the time, I'm not arrogant in any way, shape, or form. I'm as humble as they come. My rap name is sincere. I am truly who I say I am. But when it comes to this pen game, I'm better than everybody. So I'm giving y'all 2 months. If y'all rap, y'all better get it out in 2 months. Jewels from the Crown. 2 months to the date.
Talk your ish, King.
Listen,
I'm not mad at you.
Hey, big bro.
I'm not mad at you.
I went through years of struggling, crying tears to God, to becoming so ill with bars that rappers regard me as God tier. But here's the thought. Stop comparing me to artists, dog. It's not close. Besides, folks, my mind's more Einstein's than it is Picasso's. Don't ask me about no deals with no labels. I want no parts of it. The record biz is full of snakes, false prophets, and narcissists. My conscience doesn't rest on my accomplishments. As long as my people still kill each other, I really haven't accomplished it. Across the continents, we march while brothers killed by officers. But where's the up and downs when we do it? Feels like a contradiction. Yeah, I hold our folks to higher standards because the research shows before police wore badges, they wore sheets first. Black and pain, folks, we adapt to change. The problem is the role of overseer still happens to put us back in chains. Am I free to let my mind speak? Maybe if we spend more time raising our daughters instead of being sentenced to time by Katanji. Y'all been looking at an architect and somebody left their sword in the stone. They put it there like this author wasn't going off your neck. Long live the king, or whatever you claim. Just know that there's a sacrifice in life for whatever you gain. Sincere.
And he spit part of that to me in a sanctuary like 2 weeks ago after church. And this is the dope part about it, yo. And hold on, let me put the comment from my sis up. He's dope. Chanel.
I appreciate it, Quinn.
Now Chanel has my most viewed episode of acapellas and acoustics right now, so you might want to go share your joints so y'all can,
Yeah, I noticed that. Wait a minute.
So if you ever need a sister to sing back,
a vocalist, right? Was she behind the piano?
She was behind the piano.
The craziest part about that, right? So I was going down, just trying to catch up because I had saw it a few times before you invited me on, but I never, caught it week in, week out.
Right.
I don't know if you noticed, maybe it changed, but she was the most viewed, and I was next with the hip hop, bro.
Absolutely.
So yeah, listen, Queen, whenever you're ready, I got a song that might, like you said, networking, bro. So we'll see. It's in the stars. God got it.
I feel like I'm Don King when it comes to this stuff, bro. So, you know, if y'all ever want to, you know, collab, just let me know. I can
bet.
You know, I can get y'all together in the ring, and then I just walk out.
No, you stay there. You stay there.
I would love to be.
You more Costamado than Don King, King.
And she just said, "Let's talk." I definitely would love to be a fly on the wall. You know, if
awesome.
That happens. So, yeah, Chanel, man, she's different, bro. She's different. Not only as an artist, but as a person, man. You don't find too many as genuine as my sis right there. So, yeah,
that's awesome.
I can definitely make that happen. So, man, I appreciate you, bro. I got so much love for you. I can't wait till September.
Listen, bro. Listen, we gonna have a ball.
Pull that off on one of them weekends. I'm asking. I'm gonna be so hurt, bro.
No, we gonna pull that off, bro. I'm gonna try my best. And that's gonna be love, man. That's gonna be love. So look, whenever you need me, man. Once again, I appreciate you for having me, bro.
Hip Hop Roundtable. I want to say early July. I'm gonna shoot for because I've done 2 of them, but I want to get a different group this time, a different group of people, and I have some people in mind, but I gotta wait until everybody's available. So I'm gonna give them like another couple of weeks, and if they can't be available, then I'll just go. But I already know I can depend on you, and just be ready, bro, to just sit down for like 2 hours and just.
I got you.
You already know how we do, man.
I even go to the studio lock in by myself and just sit there and, you know, just to get the essence, to get the vibe.
Matter of fact, I might do it on a Friday night at 7:00 just so we can be over and get you in trouble.
No, you good. Because listen, while the queen doing her, I'll go straight to the studio and we lock in. So
I feel you. But always love, bro.
Always.
Without saying at this point. Chanel, I love you, sis. I definitely can make this collab happen. As a matter of fact, both of y'all be expecting the group text as soon as we finish. Shout out to my man Billy Danze, bro. I don't know what happened on his end, but for the time that we had him here, man, it's just an honor and a privilege, man, to be able to sit across, you know, or sit in front of, or whatever you want to consider this atmosphere, and just hear from people that I consider legends. And I don't put that title on everybody. But M.O.P, man, goes without saying. Like I said before, is one of the most influential groups in hip hop history. And just to get his half of what's going on, and maybe we'll be able to bring him back, you know. So, because the question right before he got off was, when are you and Fame gonna make another album? And things just went awry from there. So I need to hear that story, you know, whether it's live or whether we pre-record it and I put it out there for the world to see. I definitely need to hear that part. So looking forward to it. And again, next week, man, next Monday, 7:00, Money B and Young Hump. I'm so looking forward to that, bro. Also make sure you lock in with us this Friday. My man Brian with the lyrics is this week's featured artist on acapellas and acoustics. Yeah. Another dude I might want to link you with, bro, just for real. So on that note, man, I'm gonna go upstairs and spend some time with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate everybody, man. Yo, shout out to our pastor and our first lady, man. Phil and Jackie, I love y'all like play cousins, even though y'all more like brothers and sisters to me, man.
You know it.
I really hope that you guys enjoy the time that you had to get away. It's good that they can go and, you know, spend some time on their own and celebrate what they're doing. And business as usual goes on at 435 Maryland Avenue as it did this week. So again, shout out to your wife, man. Tell her the next time she speaks, let me know so I can wear my steel toe boots. She was all on the toes, bro. But again, message received, man. And yeah, that's it, man. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. My sis, Alenia Renee, I don't know what happened to you. She was dropping some comments, but I'm appreciate you as always, sis. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave it there because I could get into some other stuff and be here for another hour, man. Me, Sean, sincere, my brother.
You're brother.
I love you, bro.
Love you too, King.
Be in touch, man. Everybody have a safe weekend again, man. Prayers up to the families that were affected The mass shooting in Buffalo, man, is absolutely incredible. Just crazy, bro. Like I said at the beginning, he's already pleaded not guilty, and you can see the balls of the mental health insanity thing already rolling. Just pray for those families, man. Pray for those families. I can't imagine, bro. I can't imagine. And you know, just our country is going through a lot right now, bro. So, you know, all we can do is just pray. That's everybody keeps asking that question. What do we have to do this? What do we have to do to you know, as far as the stuff that's going on in the city? What do we have to do? And everybody has all of these ideas, but at some point, all we can do is pray and realize how powerful that is. You know, we get together. Well, y'all get together because I haven't made it up on a Friday morning at 6 o'clock. But that corporate prayer, man, is so major. It's so important, bro. And at some point, we got to realize it's out of our hands. It's nothing we can do, really.
Nothing.
We can do. We can put together all of the organizations, you know, all of the, you know, the Baltimore Ceasefire, the Baltimore Safe Streets, and I love the work that all of them are doing. But at the end of the day, that resolution is out of our hands. We don't even know what the outcome of all of that stuff is going to be, but the outcome is already there. It's just not for us to know.
Amen.
And that's it. That's it. We can do all of the marching and we can do all of the, you know, and your wife touched on it a little bit in a different manner, but until he's ready, you know, there's nothing we can do.
Absolutely.
Keep praying for our city, man. It's not as bad as it seems. It's not as bad as it's been. It may not be as bad as it's going to get, but it's going to get better. It's definitely going to get better, man. I love my city. I love my people, bro. So on that note, I love you guys, Michelle. I'll see you soon, bro.
Peace, gang.
All right, man. Everybody have a safe one. We'll see you next Monday.